day of the one Marine versus 30 cop video was to actually put myself in between the cops and the protesters. And I did put on my camouflage blouse or my camouflage shirt and my medals. And where I got that from, my grandfather was a Vietnam veteran, and he, after Vietnam, he started doing a lot of veterans work. And during those times, especially after the war in Vietnam, there was a lot of people against the war, and I would always see like veterans in different articles of their uniform, and a lot of people say, "Yo, why did you wear that?" And I wore it to symbolize that I was a veteran. I wasn't trying to portray myself as active duty. Naturally, that's why I didn't put on a full uniform. If I would have put on a full uniform, I probably would have been court-martialed. Well, I'm quite sure I would have been court-martialed if I would have put on a proper uniform or something like that, because you're not supposed to wear proper uniforms at protests. But that's neither here nor there. So I put on my jacket, and my initial plan was to wait for something to happen and to put myself in between the cops and the protesters in a show that I went across overseas to fight people that I knew nothing about for freedom, and I was willing to put my life on the line for this quote unquote freedom. So why not put my life on the line for the people in my city who were just trying to search for answers or get a better life? So I went down there, and the protest was going on, and I was with my aunt Jana Handy, who ended up filming the video. Thank you, Jana. And I brought my aunt with me because I honestly, I knew what I was going to do. I was going to put myself in between the cops and the protesters, and I knew that the cops were going to have some video. I knew that it was going to be the cops' word against my word. So I wanted somebody to film my non-violent protest. Like, I wasn't planning on really speaking. And so what happened was we were out there for a while, at least an hour, and my aunt had to use the bathroom. So we went to a restaurant that was right there on the corner, and the bathroom was upstairs. So when I went upstairs, while I was waiting for them to come out the bathroom, I looked outside and I started seeing commotion going on, and I started seeing the police. The people were still in the barricades that the police had lined up, but the police were still beating them. So I was like, oh man, this is, I need to get down there. So when I saw it, I went down the stairs, and when I tried to get out the front door of the restaurant, it was closed off. The police had blocked it off and said that I couldn't, we couldn't come out. And so we went out the side door, and as we went out the side door, I tried to get up the street and try to get to where the protest was going on. And there was another barricade that the police had set up, and one of the officers said to me, he was like, "Why are you out here helping these people? You're a Marine, this, that, and the third." And I was like, pretty much telling him, like, these are my people. Like, why wouldn't I want to help them? Like, this is who I fought for. And so you can't really necessarily see that in the beginning of the video, how it all started, because it was so spontaneous that my aunt wasn't filming necessarily at the beginning. So as the video starts, you see me walking by and telling the police officer, I was speaking to a specific police officer, and I was telling him, that these medals don't lie. Like, they don't lie, tough guy. Like, as much as you judge me for being out here, like, I really fought. I was just trying to expound on that aspect, and it became an impromptu speech, pretty much just telling the police that what they were doing wasn't right, and it didn't make them tough. And I feel like they, a lot of police don't really understand, even though there are some people that were in the military that, a lot of people in the military join law enforcement, and I understand that, a lot of them serve, but like I said, there's very few people that serve in combat. A lot of people go to war, but it's very few of them that actually pull the trigger. And so, for me, as somebody who's participated in combat operations, and seeing young men die, and seeing your brothers in body bags, it had a profound effect on my life. And I just honestly want to uphold those freedoms that they fought for. And it really, I mean, even now, just thinking about it, it just breaks my heart every time I think about, these these wars that we're fighting right now, and how they affect so many people's lives, and how others may not understand the depth of what these young men are putting themselves into in order for this freedom that we supposedly have in America. And so basically, I do the one Marine versus 30 cop video, and I do want to address one aspect of what I said in the video, where I talk about if you want to kill and hurt people, go to Iraq and Afghanistan, and that's been a very controversial comment about that I've received about my video. And basically, what I'm trying to say is, there's some wars that, if you really think you're tough, if you really think that, you're meant to hurt people, or, you're a warrior, so to speak, then there's a place for you. And it's called the Marines, the Army, the Navy, the Air Force. Like, there's a place for you. I feel like police officers are peace officers. Like, they're supposed to be about peace. And I just don't understand how they have the audacity. I mean, I do understand how they have the audacity to do the things that they do, and I'll talk about that in another video. But for me, it's like, how do you sleep at night, knowing that you're hurting people who are not warriors, like people who are not criminals, warriors, or anything of that nature. It's really mind-boggling, the ego that police have across the world, and it's because they are dealing with people on a daily basis that don't want the consequences to their actions, or people who get pulled over and they're like, am I gonna get shot? Like, they deal with so many people who are intimidated by them on a daily basis, that I think that they lose sight that they're human beings, and that we're all human beings trying to live a good life. So in that saying, I'm not against police, because I don't consider anybody my enemy who I just want to be my friend. And I don't mean friend literally, I mean friend in the sense that I just want them to do a good job in our neighborhoods, outside of harsh police practices. As far as when I first got out the Marines and I was in Brooklyn in the hood, police would stop us and say something, and then I would say, hey, I was a United States Marine, I served in Iraq, I don't understand why you're doing this. And then their whole attitude and demeanor changed, and it was like, so because I look like this, and because I'm in the ghetto, I'm subject to certain harassments, and I just don't understand it. And not to say that the communities that I lived in or that I was a part of were just the nicest places on the earth, and I just don't understand why. But I just don't understand indiscriminate stuff. Like, if we're actually not doing anything, I just don't understand it. But that's something for another video. But I'm not against police. I'm not against anybody. I mean, I just want to live a peaceful life. I just want to be happy. I want to take care of my family. I want to have kids. I want to know that my kids can walk in their neighborhood and be okay. I just want to live a good life. And so I can't live a good life, and I can't do the things that I'm doing with hate in my heart towards everybody because of something that they do. Because I feel like, with the right knowledge and the right perspective, and maybe the right person in their lives, that it could change for the better. So basically, that's pretty much it as far as the one Marine versus 30 cop video. I'm just a United States Marine who saw too many young men die, and realized the world and the effect that I had on the world after I got out the military. I was 18 years old fighting a war that I didn't understand. I didn't understand why I was really doing it. All I cared about was the person to the left and the right of me, and the fact that, hey, I want to get promoted. I want medals. I want to I want some Valor Awards. Like, that's what I wanted. I mean, honestly, I'm not gonna lie to anybody. And when I got out and I went to college and I started doing community work, it all came full circle for me, and I just started understanding that, there's so much more to life and so much more going on than combat, than, oppression and trying to hurt people. So, like I said, I'm just so thankful for the life that I've lived. And yes, I know a lot of people probably gonna ask me questions. I have faced backlash because of the video. Not all, for the most part, 90% of my life is really good, but police have investigated me. They do watch me. Yeah, just normal stuff. I mean, honestly, if I was doing anything negative, trust me, I have no doubt about it that they would love to lock me in a hole somewhere and never let me out. But but I don't even judge them for that, because I think that they don't understand it. It's just like, I feel like their perspective is, hey, this guy is talking bad, and we put our life on the line, and they do put their life on the line. And the police officers, firefighters, all public servants do a great job in a lot of instances. But at the end of the day, we do have to, hold people accountable. I mean, our company commander had to hold us accountable. Everybody, my mom holds me accountable. Like, at some point in time, people have to be held accountable, and that we're all human beings on this earth, and that we all go through things. So, and me knowing that, I don't hate the police. And even in my video, I never called them names. I never disrespected them in a sense, other than saying that what you're doing is not tough. Why are you doing this? I never said, called them derogatory names or anything like that, or said that we don't need you or we don't like you or anything like that. It was just, you need to do a better job, and that's all I was trying to get across. And so, like I said, if you want to hear more, if you want to know more, just reach out to me in the comments section, and hopefully I could do a lot more videos going forward, excuse me. And like I said, I appreciate you taking out this 26 minutes of your life to, hear what I had to say, and really hear my thoughts and motivations for my One Marine vs 30 Cop video. So peace, everybody. I love you. Good to see you. I'm out here in Spain right now, just trying to relax, but like I said, it's just been weighing on my mind, just because I just wish there was so much more I could do, just traveling around the world and seeing how everybody's just the same and going through the same oppression and the same struggles. It's just been bothering me. And so, I decided to speak out today. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and look for more to come on One Marine vs 30 Cop video. Share it, like it, and tell a friend about it, and hopefully, we can do some more inspirational, positive things going forward. Peace, everybody.